Okay, it's time for our daily table topics, but before that, just wanted to talk to the camera and try to reorientate myself a little bit. So obviously, I am in the process of job searching, and that's why I don't want to say that's the only reason why I've started doing table topics, but it's definitely a huge reason why I started. And I want to keep doing this for the long run because it doesn't take that much time. It is very convenient to do. And over time, it should improve my communication skills. I just want to talk a little bit about my experience yesterday at an interview. It's very funny. Going into the interview, I told myself I'm going to be relaxed and I'm just going to be myself, be authentic. And during the interview, I felt like I accomplished that goal. I felt like I did well. I was authentic. I connected with the hiring manager. We had some rapport. And I also wasn't hiding my flaws. I was obviously weaker in the technical aspects, and I made that very clear. I demoed an app I built, and I knew that it wasn't the best app or anything, but I wanted to showcase, I'm familiar with the technology and that I am willing to learn. At the end of the interview, when I asked them about next steps, they were very ambiguous. They were deferring. And I knew at that point that, okay, I'm probably not moving forward. At the time, I thought to myself, you know what? Even though I'm not moving forward, it's fine. I was proud of my performance. I thought that was the best interview I've given. And, we just continue. But I always record my interviews to analyze it. I put the transcript into AI, and I also rewatched the interview myself to figure out, did I actually do well? What are things I could improve? And every time I go through this process, it's really painful. It's like rewatching myself living through a truck crash, a fire burn. Because this time, it's even worse. Because this time, in my mind, I was like, okay, I actually performed pretty well, despite the fact that, I'm not going to move forward. But then as I was watching through the interview, I noticed that no, I actually didn't do as good as I thought. Multiple times I didn't answer the question correctly. There was a couple times where there was discrepancy between what's in my resume and what I was talking about. And I think I overemphasized the fact that I wanted to learn, basically selling myself as like a junior, that I don't know what I'm talking about. I just want to leech off of them to learn and gain the knowledge. I don't know, just the vibe itself was very different from my initial reaction going out of the interview. I thought I did pretty good, but going back and rewatching it, I don't think I did that well. And it hurts. It feels like I have to do this process over and over again. There's like a part of my self-worth, part of my identity that is stripped away each time I go through this process. I've tried distancing myself from this and just treating it as an interview and just going through with it and not putting emotion into it. Didn't work. This time I prepared tons. I probably spent like 20, 30 hours preparing, not even including the daily table topics that we're doing right now. Just practicing STAR formula, researching the company, and watching technical videos to get more familiar. And none of that really helped in the end. And this entire process is just super, super tough, super rough. It really makes you lose confidence in yourself, to say the least. Okay, anyways, yesterday I was definitely not feeling very well, and today I'm still not feeling too well. But I think the important thing is to continue doing what we need to do, which is to put in the daily action and get with it with the table topics. Okay, now let's get back to the table topics, which is the main thing that we're trying to do here. I'm just rambling at this point. But I want to change it up a bit. And what do I mean by that? I want to make this a little bit easier for myself. I find myself not really following the prep framework, and I'm just saying whatever comes to my mind, stream of consciousness, even though in the back of my mind I'm thinking, okay, I need to follow the prep framework, but I'm not able to. So here I have a list of steps that will help me to make this a little bit easier. So I actually give myself a little bit of time to write down some bullet points, and then I will present the table topic. Essentially, I'm cheating a bit, giving myself some time to think through my answers before I do this. So let's see what our topic is for today. I'm not even going to time myself because it's irrelevant at this point. This video is going to be way longer than 2 minutes. Should humans have the right to edit their memories? Humans have the right. The question sits at an intersection of neuroscience, ethics, personal autonomy, and has both practical and philosophical implications. Feel free to use prep framework to explore your thought on this. Okay, so immediately what comes to mind is the personal autonomy. Yes, humans should have the right to edit their memories because it's their own memories. Of course, why not? But I could think of some counterexamples too. For example, if you did something really bad, like let's say you committed murder, and then you edit your memories. You edit out the fact that you committed murder, and then you get interrogated, and you're like, oh, of course, I didn't commit the murder. I don't even know anything about it. And nothing matches up. Well, in that case, now we're talking about ethics, right? Because there's a very real chance that you could get away with murder. Like, obviously assuming there's no other evidence, like fingerprints and stuff, and they're just trying to interrogate you. There's a chance that you could, get away scotch-free, let's call it. Okay, so in that case, then what? Are people just going to edit their memories all day and get out of things? How about lessons that people learned? You can just edit that away. And also, can you just edit other people's memory and just take their memory and put it into your own brain? So, on a surface level, it seems as if this is a simple topic. Of course, it's my own memory and I have the ability to edit that however I want. But if you think a little bit deeper, it's actually a lot more complicated than that. So did I hit PREP? Well, my point is I think you should, but there's nuance there. The reason is because, there's bodily autonomy. But also there's edge cases where it wouldn't make any sense and really you're going to the ethics and the morals. An example I gave is, the murder case. And to reiterate my point, I think, yes, it does make sense. It seems to make sense on the surface that, yes, you should be able to edit your memory, but it's a lot more nuanced than that. Okay, I think I was able to hit PREP there. And yeah, that's basically it for today.